gotta keep this one right here. Yeah. This is different than anything we have to right?
But ego Panero.
It's not crazy, but it's crazy. Say out.
What up?
D-Block, YO, the North Click. Y'all niggas already know.
Mixtrap.com.
Face to face, we can discuss what I got the yay for. A little more than that, I can get it down to the tray for. Businessman daddy, you gonna get what you pay for. Rock it up or leave it soft. It'll stay raw. Even turn one into two of them and make more. Watch other niggas doing it, start to hate y'all. Niggas getting hit with hollows, not paintballs. I can see the game with my eyes closed like Ray Charles. I don't even care if y'all hate me, I hate y'all. You can't escape gunshots, you can't escape brawls. All I do is collect big money and make calls. Man just came from a Max joint, he hate walls. Still keep the grass cut low to see the snakes crawl. Can't seem to figure out why they overrate y'all. The album is coming, the sour is coming. Wanna see you in the casket with flowers or something. What?
D-boys on the D-block, yeah, we rock. Say y'all kiss, why yo the North Click. Got y'all sick, cause we stacking more chips. 354, the 336. We D-boys on the D-block, yeah, we rock. Say y'all kiss, why yo the North Click. Got y'all sick, cause we stacking more chips. 354, the 336.
No matter, it feels so beautiful. Don't you agree? Kiwi, what's up, baby? Now let's go. As soon as they hear the voice and the flow, they already know it's. And I ain't even in the game, but as soon as something happen, who the first one they blame is. Give your time, you a lame. Stop mentioning my name, my nigga. Why you worry about? I'm in a group meeting, they took pick from us, now it's just Luch peeing. I'm the one they call on, gotta feed the family, if not then it falls on. Who else? This is real talk, funeral arrangements, whoever put they paws on. Who be in a Wrangler, off-road nigga with the roof and the doors gone. And who else be in the field, front line till the war's gone. What they talking about? Me. Who they talking about? Me. All they talk about is what they talking about? Me. Who they talking about? Me. All they talk about is what they talking about? Me. Who they talking about? Me. All they talk about is what they talking about? Me. Who they talking about? Me. All they talk about. Who can go the distance? Who's underrated? Who's the most consistent? Who get the real love? Who the girls love? Who the jails love? Good nigga, good heart, lot of lives were saved by. Bad boy, rough rider, a lot of money was made by. Real talk. Large bag from Steve Stout, commercial with AI. Good looking. One of the last of the OGs to stay fly. Who else you know went at it with Beanie and 50 besides? Who? Even threatened to throw a refrigerator at Diddy, my guy. What they talking about? Me. Who they talking about? Me. All they talk about is what they talking about? Me. Who they talking about? Me. All they talk about is what they talking about? Me. Who they talking about? Me. All they talk about is what they talking about? Me. Who they talking about? Me. All they talk about. Who started off moving that work? Put you in the black hearse, never had a whack verse. Now think, don't react first. Ain't a wild nigga, but it still let his gap burst. Never got his just due. Does everybody feel like that? Or is it just you? I don't know, sometimes I look in the mirror and be like, I don't even trust you. Just me. The headphones is on fire this time around, Styles. My blood pressure. Just bear with me. Yo, last time I'ma tell these niggas, man, niggas can't fuck around, man. Jada, man, whoever, old nigga, new nigga, what? Yo, who really the best rapper since Big ain't here? Y'all know the answer to that when Kiss ain't here. When you see me, don't ask me nothing about us, and don't definitely ask me nothing about fucking. Owe me one, I owe you two. I would've smacked you with the burner, but I know you soon. And I ain't talking to him, I'm talking to you. Matter of fact, talking to y'all. Life is like walking the yard. Nigga stab you with a fork in the heart. And the sauce got motherfuckers thinking they hot. Like my dope, got fiends thinking they shot. When you thinking of the best, nigga, think of the locks. I cut your fucking hand off if your pinky ring's hot. Then come through your block in a sticky green drop. Hop out, let off 53 shots. Wouldn't care if I hit 53 cops. Giuliani might as well be murking niggas, cause the time that he giving out is hurting niggas. And all these record labels jerking niggas. And you never was a thug, you's a working nigga. And you heard that shit right there, I started that. Don't make me put something up in your starter hat. No matter who you are or where you from, screw all of that, I'm not trying to hear that, son. Yo, who the fuck y'all want? And who the fuck y'all need? And who the fuck gon' bleed? All y'all haters, cause none of y'all niggas can't fuck with Jada. Who the fuck y'all want? And who the fuck y'all need? And who the fuck gon' bleed? All y'all haters, cause none of y'all niggas can't fuck with Jada. Don't you be that clown nigga in the back of the whip that's gon' get the second half of the clip. Know what I'm saying? Or be the other nigga in the front of the whip, running his lips with a gun on his hip. Feel me, dog? Everybody walk the walk till they running the kiss. Then they get stabbed or hung or stung with the fifth. How you think your man hard when son on my dick? Cause I could get his ass body plus front him a brick. Got a chick named Superhead, she gives superhead. Just moved in the building, even gave a superhead. I cop big guns that spit super lead. So play Superman, end up super dead. Call me Kiss or the kid from the locks that'll twist your moms out and do a bid with your pops. We was in jail, you probably won't get no mail. And if you pumped on my block, you won't get no sales. And your CEO know you can't fuck with I make $1 million by June, I'm saying fuck July. And I beg you to try me while I'm holding the Tommy. I'ma have your body all over the lobby. I already helped y'all, I'm about to melt y'all. Tell the truth, dog, I ain't never felt y'all. This album we gon' bubble like Seltzer. If it ain't double R, who the hell else is hard? With the dealio. What? I gotta squeeze the juice out of the headphones. Yeah, squeeze the juice out of the headphones. Yo. When you think of me, you think of a problem. Who, what, when, and how you gon' solve them. Automatic or revolver. K.I. double lesson. Here's the lesson. Most beams is infrared, but mine's is fluorescent. No matter where you go, I'ma spot you. No matter how many people you put me in front of, I'ma rock you. And if you try to be the hard top, I'm gon' drop you. I got to treat you like the clutch and pop you. Creep through in the 420 with your honey. Cause you ain't nothing but a playboy that turned bunny. And the only thing left to discuss is more money. In these bullshit games, these chickens try to run me. Y'all know y'all can't touch us. I flow luscious. It's so real, I make her hop out and get the Duchess. I'm sitting on 1,000 birds and I hide from the camera. Cause the picture's worth 1,000 words. And y'all herbs, y'all get what y'all deserve. Y'all do the catering while we just get served. And you got some nerve for PH and Jason. Do you have any idea who you facing? Just something about my shit you'll never figure out. It's too hot, burning my mouth, that's why I spit it out. It must be real hard for y'all to listen. And it's sad, niggas is too broke to pay attention. Chillin', sitting on about $500,000. And all my niggas, all my guns, all my women. Next 10 years, I should see about $1 billion. All for the love of drug dealing. Yeah, chillin', sitting on about $500,000. All my niggas, all my guns, all my women. Next 2 years, I should see about $1 billion. Hey yo, niggas know the line of work. Bulletproof designer shirt, rolling with a China doll. She'll be reminding y'all, down to the underworld. Every block monitored, of course. Jadakiss and LOX boss. A pro, cause I grow off the shit that I absorb. You just another so-and-so, trying to flow, going broke. I'm trying to buy property, set it up for growing coke. Niggas making the movie, so I came to edit. Wiping everybody out right before the credits. I'm a hard guy to get along with, get on a song with. When shit be going right, I flip into the wrong shit. The prime artist, expect me to rhyme hardest. / con artist, gon' get mine regardless. I ain't even big and I size niggas up, cause they eyes give them up. Look at them and see they butt. I'm 22 with 10 in, so there that go. You hear that flow? It drove the underground wacko. Ever since 12, I've been spitting like tobacco. Relax though, cop the tape, CD in the wax though. They wonder how, but the thing about ours, we open up 24 hours. Niggas don't sleep or eat, so when they speak it mean power. So you should keep quiet, you a coward. About to be laid out flat and pushing up flowers. Chillin', sitting on about $500,000. With all my niggas, all my guns, all my women. Next 2 years, I should see about $1 billion. All for the love of drug dealing. Chillin', sitting on about $500,000. With all my niggas, all my guns, all my women. Next 2 years, I should see about $1 billion. All for the love of drug dealing. Chillin', sitting on about $500,000. With all my niggas, all my guns, all my women. Next 2 years, I should.
All right, welcome. Gonna get it started here. Just gonna settle in for a moment. Gonna catch up with chat. Gonna do a pretty standard rundown. I'm gonna dive into a few predetermined topics around Bitcoin, and then obviously if you guys have any questions as we run through it, just throw them in the chat. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully we're not losing all our money as Barry dumps on us. So yeah, we'll obviously spend a lot of time on that topic. But yeah, I'm just chilling for a minute here. Let me know if the background music is too loud, too quiet. I think it should be good, but I never really can tell. Sometimes I look at the VOD afterwards and the music's super loud and it fucks the whole stream VOD up, so I like to try to avoid that. Came in with a different kind of music today. Glad to see everybody liked it. Taking one for the team and just accepting to get hit with copyright charges for the Jadakiss tracks, but I don't have monetization turned on my YouTube, so what's the difference? Might as well just play good songs for the boys and ladies, I should say. We're more diverse these days. All right, everybody. Get into some stuff. So scared right now. All my friends are liquidated. Cover ETH? Yeah, don't sweat it. We'll dive into ETH a little bit. I'm not gonna have too much positive things to say about ETH, but we'll take a gander at it. This is the bottom right. Yeah, right, guys? This is the bottom. All right, so I'm going to get started here. But before I do that, obligatory shill. If you guys could press that like button for me, it helps us out a lot with the YouTube algorithm. We're trying to grow this channel so that we can help more people be less stupid. That is the ultimate goal of all my education. I don't really ever say that I'm going to sit here and help you make money. I know that a lot of people will say that. It's not really something that somebody else can help you do. You have to do that yourself, but I can confidently say that I can maybe help you be a little bit less stupid as you go on your learning experience. So that's the purpose of all the stuff here. So press like for me. And I saw somebody, I can't see the comment anymore, but somebody said congrats for 10K. So whoever that was, cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Yeah, thank you. Very happy. My goal was to hit 10K by the end of 2023, and I hit 10K in the first like week or two of 2024. So close enough. We're going to call that goal accomplished. So I did about a 2.5x on the sub count last year. I'd like to do another 2.5x, so that puts me at 25K this year. So that's the goal I set for myself, is 25K. I've got a couple kind of bigger YouTube videos that are in the works right now as well, which I think that you guys will almost certainly enjoy. And I don't mean market outlook stuff. Obviously, we're going to keep doing the market outlooks every week, but I've got some actual pre-made education and kind of review type stuff that's going to be getting published on YouTube in the not so distant future. So I think you guys will enjoy it, and yeah, should be good. All right, so I'm going to take a moment to read chat because I got a lot of things popping up on the box, and then I'm going to get into some Bitcoin rundowns. Talk about there's really a lot of stuff to talk about. Bitcoin's completely different kind of regime right now than we had last year, so you want to really be approaching things differently. So we'll dive into that. 107 people watching and 9 likes. Yeah, the likes don't refresh for a lot of people. You got to refresh your page. We got 40, but yeah, still we have 110 people watching and 40 likes, so we need a quick 2x on the likes. Why does it keep dipping? They said buy the dip. Yeah, well, you need to learn to ignore people on your timeline. I will dive into this a little bit, not a little bit, a bit in detail later on, but basically the short answer of what's going on with the market, right, is that the majority of price action with Bitcoin, or just even with altcoins too, but most importantly with Bitcoin last year, was that you would have perps lift the market, and then you would have spot come in and support and maintain that price. And right now we're having the complete opposite of that. You're having spot supply hit the market, so spot is actually leading us down. So we have a completely different market regime right now than we did a month ago. So we will be definitely diving into that. And when I get to that conversation, you guys asking me questions about it will help me teach you for sure. Let's see, what do we got? I want to be less stupid, so I click like. There you go. W, Red Feather W. Wouldn't it help more if we were more stupid? Well, it'd help me more if you were more stupid. But I'm trying to. I want to have a sense of purpose and value in life, so I want to give something back to people, so I can feel like I'm not a useless piece of shit when I look back at my life in the future. How did I become such a Chad? That's a great question. I couldn't tell you. I don't really look at myself that way, but I do appreciate all the kind comments like that. Please teach us how to scalp. So first off, go ahead and look at my YouTube channel and look at my other scalping videos that I have. If you want to learn really quick, join the Paragon group where I'm going to have all my systems shared. A topic like teach us how to scalp is such a heavy thing. I've made a lot of content on that, so go look at my YouTube channel as a starting point. Maybe we'll the way that things are shaping up in the market, I think that going back to scalping is a decent likelihood, so maybe I have more scalping content coming out in the near future. I haven't been scalping for 3-4 months though, so that's the reason why I'm not talking about it. Q4 scalping was dumb, right? Q3 scalping was epic. Q4 scalping was dumb though, for sure. Yep, need to be way less stupid. First part's acknowledging that we need to be less stupid. Classic Dunning-Kruger. One of the best things that happened to me in my trading journey was joining Paragon in 2022. Thanks, bro. I recognize your profile picture. You have a different name than you had on Discord, so I can't remember. I think you were like you were Koifish, right? I think is what your name was on Discord. I definitely remember your profile pic though. Wait, I got distracted. Mag is going for 25K. I definitely did not say that. I'm not worried about 25K anytime soon. Magus, would you advise going to Dante's stuff? I have never done any of Dante's stuff, so I can't say, my friend. I cannot say. What I can say, though, some of my friends, you know, like that have had a big impact on my progress, like Sting, you know, a lot of those guys have learned things from Dante, so I'm sure that there's something you could get from him. But I can't really attest to him directly because I don't think I've ever watched a video or read anything from him, so I don't really know. Where the slappers at, what a born. Congrats on 10K. Thank you, Small News. Shout out Small News, everybody. Shout out to Small News. Don't forget to take notes, lads. Facts, facts. Yeah, I might actually say something useful. Can we dive into Bitcoin so we can see if Bitcoin is still selling? Well, let me go ahead and let you know that Barry definitely is still selling. Barry probably had, you know, and it's not really Barry for educational purposes. It's his fund, right? Where it's actually really his clients, right? His clients are converting their stupid trust shares into spot and then selling. Realistically, they probably have a couple more weeks of selling, though, is my guesstimation, I think. Yeah, I think that the GBTC selling probably has another week or two minimum. Maybe a little bit longer than that, but we'll see. Where's Discord group link? It's in my bio. It also should be in the bio on the stream as well. The Twitter account for Paragon Group. All right, guys, I caught up with chat, so I'm going to ignore chat momentarily and get focused up and run through some Bitcoin talk. If anything I say is confusing or you think that we need to dive into a different conversation, kind of segue situation, just throw any comments in the chat and I will look at it when I take a pause. So I'm going to get into some high time frame, which essentially nothing has changed, but we're just going to run through it all because that's what we do here. So the kind of main thing that we were working with for a while was that we were wedged between 44 and 40K. That was what we were working with. That was our range. We attempted to break out. And it's kind of that classic auction market theory argument when you have a range or distribution, whatever you want to call it. If you ever spend a lot of time on the other side and then come back into value, that means you're going to go the opposite direction very far, almost always, right? That's as close to a certainty as you're going to get in life. It's probably like a 90+% chance that if you spend a lot of time outside of value and then come back into value, you're going to do kind of like an equal and opposite move to the other side of value, right? So that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing that kind of move. And we'll break down the flows as we get there. But right now, we are currently trading into my first really important support zone. So 38K has a ridiculous number of overlaps that create it, that forge 38K into a very strong support. So I am going to be paying very close attention to what the selling looks like as we trade down a little bit lower. Yes, I do think that we will keep going down. As we trade into this kind of region, though, specifically starting to get below the composite low, the macro composite low, I'm really hoping to see either a dramatic shift in flows down here or a temporary relief, because I would love to see like kind of two scenarios where either delete will hopefully work. Either A, we sell a little bit lower, and I think that we'll bounce from this region regardless, whether that's a temporary like dead cat bounce or that actually, kind of resumes the uptrend. I don't think it makes sense to bet on the uptrend resuming very quickly. I do think that this uptrend will continue to play out. But the thing is that I do think that it's going to probably end up taking a huge chunk of Q1 for this selling to subside and the bottom to start to really form. So the two areas that the bottom could form is either 38K or 32K, right? It should be our review for all of you, but we're going to cover it anyways. If I get an opportunity to buy 32 down to 29, this is my most ideal spot buying territory. I would love to buy back some of the Bitcoin that I sold down here, but I'm also potentially considering 38K for that. So, right, the TLDR of supports is really simple: 38K, 32K. We expect both of these to give some fight from bulls. There should be some fight from buyers, but it really all is going to depend on if we continue to get this kind of drip flow into this region or not, which we'll obviously touch on more. So those are the kind of downside regions. If for some reason something has some sort of dramatic change and we get bought back up into this value, right, that would be what I would be looking for first, is get back above like 41. If we get back above 41, then we could probably actually you know, start to make some bull arguments. So the main bull argument is above 44K, and then we can go to 54. I don't think that this is something that you even need to be really worried about, because I think it's super low probability that this is going to happen. Again, I think that we probably have another couple of weeks of the spot unwind taking place. So that's pretty much it for macro, right? So on, just to maybe illustrate things a little bit differently. What the fuck? Why does TradingView do this? They always like change their shit around too much. So on a macro outlook, meaning like 6 months to year or next, you know, like 2 years, still bullish, right? I'm definitely still bullish from a higher time frame standpoint. From like a medium time frame, I would say conserve / bear, right? And from a low time frame, I would say, I just realized how badly I spelled that word. Conservative, right, / bearish. From a low time frame point of view, I would probably say I am just an observer right now. Sure, I could probably get in there and trade, so I'm just gonna say watcher. I could trade, but I don't really want to, right? So I'm just being honest with everybody. I haven't really traded that much this year, and maybe some people will tell you like, oh, you're not a good trader if you can't trade every regime and stuff, and like, I probably could trade every regime, but I don't want to. I'd rather conserve my energy and time and put energy into making, doing other things right now while I wait for things to change. Sure, I could be riding intraday shorts every day, but is it really worth catching a 1-2% move on Bitcoin and then spending a lot of time doing that instead of just focusing on other things, right? I have a lot of projects that I'm working on right now, so I'd rather allocate my time to that. So for a low time frame standpoint, I'm definitely leaning more towards a watcher. What I will say before I move on to the next kind of time frame is that the longer this kind of setup persists, where we're just like either just straight up range bound, or we're like bloody chop like we are now, we're definitely in blood chop stage. The longer we spend in these kind of setups, the more likely I am to switch away from any sort of active, or any higher time frame trading to focus on scalping. So most likely, in my opinion, what will happen is that the longer this persists, the more activity will move away from Bitcoin and Solana and all these like larger cap coins in favor of cartel coins. So I basically, what I'm saying in a roundabout way, the longer this persists, the more likely we are to get cartel season back. If you look at the year last year, you can see that at the beginning of the year for Q1, massive momentum right off the back. But as you got into Q2 and Q3, there was basically no sustained momentum in the market. And these are the 2 quarters where scalping was good. So I think that that's probably what's going to happen, is that we're going to have a Q2, Q3 type of scenario in our 2024 Q1. So I'm probably going to pivot towards scalping as a way to keep myself active. And then if for some reason I think that 38K it becomes a dip buying zone, I might send it. If we get to 32K, I'm probably going to blindly send it unless there's some sort of substantial kind of shift in markets that will make me want to be more conservative. As far as positioning goes and stuff, I do have, I am definitely eating some Bitcoin drawdown right now because I didn't properly hedge it out, but I sold a lot of my Bitcoin, and I sold, most importantly, the majority of my SOL, which I always hate talking about Solana and saying I sold my soul. It always ends up being like a fucking meme. I'm sure Lear's gonna clip that one for us and make fun of me later. But yeah, I just don't think it makes sense. Obviously, saying this now at 39K, it's a little bit late for you guys. I saw somebody in the chat saying, should they sell their stuff and buy it back lower? I can't say for you to do that, to be honest, right? Because you're getting right, 38K is probably the immediate term support, right? So I'm not gonna tell you to sell your shit into support, but you need to make moves preemptively, guys. Instead of waiting, the market's doing nothing, instead of waiting for it to go up and then saying, oh, I should be long, or you may have plans here so that you can participate in it, and vice versa. If it's range, right, you need to have an idea of what are you going to do if it goes down, instead of waiting for it to do this massive drawdown, right, to go down 15% and then figure out how to reposition or protect yourself. So plans and preparation, boring but incredibly underrated. All right, we're gonna pause here, take a look at chat. I have 215 of you watching and 81 likes. If you guys could press that like button, I'd appreciate that. Damn, we got a lot of chatters coming in. Hold on. I'll catch up with stream chat here in a second. Let's see. Oh shit, XO retweeted me. Let's go. Thank you, XO. Appreciate it. How late? Oh, he's in the chat. How late are you? You missed the first 15 minutes or so. Missed some great tunes. Yeah, we had some bangers going. Some slappers, apparently. Morning, morning, good morning, everybody. Smash that like button. Facts, yeah. The chatters know. Could you give a third support location? Highly doubt the first two will be it. Everyone's saying the same thing. Greg, so straight up, like, I don't care about other people having the same ideas as me. I'm still gonna operate independently and stuff. So I do think that the whole everybody's bullish, so I should be bearish. Those kind of arguments, everybody has the same support. I have a really good example. What would it have been? It would have been this, I believe. I'm not sure. It was either this range or this range. One of these two ranges, I think it was, I'm pretty sure, no. I don't fucking remember. I'd have to go back and look at my journal to remember. Either way, I had a swing short thesis when we were in one of these ranges. And I shared it when we were at the bottom of the range. I said, we're going to go to the top of the range. I'm going to look for my setup requirements, and then I'm going to short this stuff, right? And I had... my comments were full of, oh, that's everybody looking at the same short, blah, 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 right? I had everybody wants to short that, the everybody meme, right? It was everybody, right? And what happened, right? Probably almost nobody actually took the short. I took the short. So what I'm saying in a roundabout way is stop caring about what other people are doing in that way, right? You're not Rain Man where you're like gonna calculate in your head sentiment, right? You're not counting the toothpicks hitting the floor, so let's not pretend like we're doing that. So it really is better, in my opinion, that you just try to operate in your own bubble, a vacuum, to ignore other people. I definitely perform better when I do that. What's up, Doc? What would be a sign for trend continuation besides Coinbase and GBTC to start selling? Reclaims, right? So start reclaiming levels. 41k is the first level they need to reclaim. 44k would be the final level that bulls need to reclaim. For me, it's really going to be a spot flows thing, right? Coinbase has been selling this shit so hard, and from a passive side, right? They're just stacking. They've been stacking the ask and walking it down. So there's zero reason to really do anything from the bullish side until they're done unwinding their supply, right? It's not that we care about when are the buyers going to come in? When are the buyers going to start buying? Newsflash, guys, they're buying the whole time, right? Every trade's 1-to-1, but we're waiting for the sellers that are clearly in control to stop. So until that is the case, until the GPTC spot supply is done, you need to chill it out. And to be clear, that's not the only place supply is coming from. It's coming from a lot of places, right? It's coming from CME. There's a lot of supply coming from Binance, and it's impossible for me to speculate, but that's, coming from somewhere too over on Nance, so. Market not over leveraged enough to play stink bids. Oh, actually, I didn't actually answer your question, right? So Greg asked the question, right? So if 38K isn't the support and 32K isn't the support, what's the next kind of region? 25K is the next kind of region. I wouldn't be trying to buy 25K though, right? If the 32K region doesn't work for me, 32 down to 29, if this doesn't hold, then I would definitely not be buying, right? That would be like structural trend failure at that point. For those of you guys that were in the group too, remember how at the beginning of every year, or like the last month before the year changed over, we always talk about that lesson of paying attention to the shift in flows at the when the year starts. Like, it just is crazy how it just plays out every time. You get these strong structural shifts at the beginning of the year. Use any oscillators? I use AO somewhat, but not really. I mostly just gauge momentum with my eyeballs these days. Max, do you think we will bounce from here because more than half of the time frames are oversold? What do you think? No, none of that shit matters, guys. your oscillator saying we're oversold or something like that, right? It doesn't matter until, right, as long as the supply keeps hitting the market, we're going to keep going down. It's as simple as that, right? The spot asks are thick, so buyers can't get through them. The spot bid is thin, so very little spot selling is pushing price down. As long as Coinbase stays severely discounted to the rest of the spot venues, we're going to keep going down. It really is that simple. Obviously, nothing is definitive, but I would say 98% chance we keep going down while that discount stays intact. If we lose 32K, will you flip the higher time frame bearish again? Yes. But I wouldn't. I mean, it's not like I'm going to wait to change my positioning down there. I'm already risk averse right now from a positioning standpoint. So to be clear, don't wait until the macro bull thesis is dead to protect yourself. It's too late by then. You're going to already suffer 50% drawdown. That's why the whole bull market bear argument is such a stupid thing for people to focus on. Jadakiss is my favorite. Let's go. Yeah, Jadakiss is a underappreciated for sure. Everyone said ETF was a sell the news event. Look at what happened there. Sometimes the crowd is right and their analysis doesn't mean they execute for sure. Yeah. I mean, like I even said, like I even doodled this perfectly and didn't trade it perfectly. My big mistake with this was I did the right thing of being long into the event, which definitely worked. But my main issue was not aggressively taking profit. And if I'm being honest, the main reason why I fucked this up here and didn't take profit at the top is because I was on a stream with Jim and Charlie. And I honestly think that really made it easy for me to just be complacent. And then all of a sudden we were nuking and I had to like close out my longs after I had already round trip part of the profits. But yeah, I mean, I literally depicted this kind of thing where we're in the range and the ETF comes out and then we just do that, right? Like I talked about that happening because that's a lot of the time how these kind of events play out. But saying it will do this and actually trading it perfectly or trading it well are not the same thing. So well said from Easy. Good afternoon. Bearish selling, that's what matters. Facts for the time being. Looks like a cup and handle pattern. Damn. I don't know what that is. 25K is still likely, Al says. Brother, there's absolutely no level to level. Like, I have XO in the chat, so we can even say that. Level to level. You have 38K, you have 32. Why are you worried about this level that's all the way down here when you have 2 levels before then? Level to level. You can maybe plan 1 level beyond, right? So this is our immediate resistance, and then there's resistance beyond that. Plan 1 level beyond, but don't sit here and fucking worry about, you know, it's like the same thing as me going, yeah, guys, 12K. We're going to 12K. Like, we totally could go to 12K, but 25K is going to be support before then. 20K is going to be support for them before then, right? Like, don't worry about all the levels beyond. Level to level. Can you elaborate a bit on the Coinbase discount in the charts, please? I mean, that's Coinbase, 39.20, and that's Binance Spot, 39.67. So as long as Coinbase trades below the other spot venues, look at fucking Bitfinex. Bitfinex is it's like $60, $70 ahead of Coinbase, right? Almost $100 ahead of Coinbase. As long as Coinbase is trading way below everything else, that's bearish. I could explain it more later, but we're going to digress from that. Can you please explain what the indicators you use and how to get them? Damn, dude. That's like a heavy question for me to answer. Like, you guys ask those kind of questions without thinking about the fact that that's a 45-minute answer. So what I will tell you is, Hashim, who asked that, go and look at in my VODs, or actually in the main video section, there is an indicator stream. Go watch that as a good introduction, and maybe, I think we'll probably do another indicator stream soon. Maybe in another week or two, we'll do an indicator dedicated stream, because I get asked about that a lot, so I need to make a video so I can just say, here, go watch this. So we'll do that. But in the time being, while you're waiting, go watch my old video from last year. Yeah, there's a difference between saying it's sell the news on the timeline and being positioned for it. I mean, this is one of the supreme lessons you all need to learn, is that the thing, what your timeline says and positioning are not the same thing hardly ever. Is Renko still a part of your system? Not really. I mean, I theoretically could still weave it in if I wanted to, but no, I don't really care about that stuff. Less is more, guys. Less is more. How to talk to girls. Good luck, brother. Big CME gap from March. I don't care about CME gaps. Isn't most of the GPG selling over the counter? I've heard that, and maybe it could be, but it's clear it doesn't matter, right? If there's a lot of over the counter selling, I'm sure. I mean, if the GBTC people weren't doing OTC, they'd be a little bit stupid, to be honest. But it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if there's OTC selling or not, because I see it in the books, right? I see it in the discounts. I see it in the ask. I see it in the, spot takers. So as long as it's present in the flows, that's all that really matters. Bitfinex Whale been T-whopping longs like a madman. He's buying. All right, I'll take a look at that later. Charlie copied buddy. I like that guy, but he didn't make up fucking VWAP. I've been using these kind of indicators for like 5 years now, brother. Nice try though. Do the soul chart. We'll do altcoins later. TLDR on altcoins is they look like ass, to be honest. All right. Gonna ignore chat for a moment and do medium time frame. So essentially what we're working with on medium time frame, continuing to keep an eye on the discount, as long as structural shift really came through right here, like medium time frame structural shift when we lost the rolling. So basically, as long as this is present, I do think that we will continue to go down. I think from a lower time frame standpoint, your main focus, if you're trying to actively trade this, don't long at all. Wait for stupid shorts. So like on a chart like this, watch this chart and wait for exactly what we just saw. You almost will always see it early into the sessions right here, right? Is this a close? It's a pretty large close, right? So you're looking for this to short. You're looking for, while the trend is going down, you're looking for that moment when the idiot short closes out, especially if you can get a VWAP retest or some sort of level retest. Bonk that shit. My only trade yesterday was exactly this. Which one was it? I think it was this one. No, it would have been this one. Anyways, that's your only intraday strategy right now, in my opinion. Wait for the shorts to get squeezed out and then sell into their puke. Go back to medium time frame and then we'll catch up with chat. As far as medium time frame goes, there's not really a whole lot for me to say, right? Like, we clearly lost the range low. So step one for bulls is to get back above this. As long as we're below 41K, we're pretty bearish, looking for backside kind of retests into it. Retesting the anchored VWAP would be a really good opportunity to short at like 40.5. There isn't really a whole lot to say. Like, this is one of our huge dip buying territories that we want to talk about, right? We've just dripped through the low volume node, so we're getting into the HVN and this kind of previous distribution, macro composites, right? So I have like probably 9 to 10 different levels in 38K that overlap, so really strong support region. This is one of the key areas to pay attention to, so I wouldn't be trying to open shorts into 38K, that's for sure. But there isn't really too much else to really cover on Bitcoin on the medium time frame. We have our dip buying zones marked out, so I'm gonna hopefully see a change in spot flows, but as long as this persists, there is zero reason to be overly optimistic, and yeah, I think dip buying is not going to work very well for you. I'm gonna go back to this chart really quickly for educational purposes, just because I tweeted about this earlier as well, or responded to somebody. We are in a different market regime right now. All of 2023 was led by perps, either buying or selling, which is leading price up. A lot of these big impulsive moves were really spiked by perps. And then you have spot that kind of comes in the sideways zones and supports price, right? So that was the regime last year. Perps lift, spot supports. But now in 2024, we're getting the opposite, where spot is leading now, and perp flows don't mean anything other than the simple reversion as you're trending down when the perps get closed out to give you the short opportunity. So we're in a very different regime right now than we were a month ago. It's really important that you guys accept and understand that now. It's a basic Pavlovian argument. Everybody's been programmed to be dip buyers. Dip buying worked so well in Q3, or Q4, excuse me. Everyone's programmed to do that now. And that's why it will not work. All right, more or less wrapped up with Bitcoin. If there's any questions about that or anything, let me know, obviously. We'll get into altcoins here pretty soon. Do Sol, yeah, we'll look at Sol. Yeah, when is Exo coming back with the stream? LOL, CME runs the market. I don't know about that. That's definitely not true, but nice try. The spot venues run the markets, guys. Where's the spot volume taking place? That's the venues that are running the market. As time goes on, obviously the CME futures will have more weighting and more significance, but we're definitely not there yet. What it would look like if 38K is the major support? What it would look like, that's a good question, James. So what it would look like most likely if we were to dip into this region and it was the actual big support. What it would look like most likely is one big excess. So you'd see a huge wick kind of come into this region and then get bought back up. So you want to see the wick reclaim. You want to see when this happens, you want to see open interest do this. You want to see open interest get nuked hard, right? You want to see a 10, 15, 20% open interest nuke on this. If that's two factors right there, right? The V dolly, the open interest, and then the last thing would be a shift in the spot premiums, right? So I would want to see the Binance, or excuse me, the Coinbase discount to go away. So if I saw those three metrics, those are the easy things to explain what I'd be looking for. I'd also be looking very closely at the books to see what the spot ask is looking like and what interactions look like with the spot ask, right? When buyers buy into the ask, what is it looking like, you know? So that's kind of 4 basic points I'll be looking for. Are you live trading? Looking for longs? Brother, I just said no longs. You gotta listen. No, I would have zero interest in buying anything, guys. I think buying's only use case is very, very quick reversion longs, and even that, like the expected value on counter trend reversion longs is ass. So there's just no point, right? There's no point in hunting longs right now. You should be sitting on your hands, observing, and plotting and waiting. These are the moments when you plot, guys. And it's really important you don't fall asleep at the wheel. Just immediately spamming tickers, Exo followers. How many years did it take you until you started being profitable? I don't like answering that question because it's not a good representation. So how shorthand of how I'll explain that is I was profitable pretty quickly early on, right? And it's not because I knew what I was doing. I was a complete moron, but I just got super lucky, right? So my origin of trading was with equities, and so I just bought individual stocks in like 2014, 15, and then 2016 was when a big nuke came in the market in equities, and I bought that really hard. I bought like tech stocks and stuff. So my first couple of years of like trading, quote unquote, where I wasn't even really trading, I was just a goober buying stocks, to be honest. I was just making money without having any idea what I was doing. Same thing happened with crypto. I was a total idiot in 2017, and things like ETH and different altcoins just made money. So like the proper answer to your question is how long did it take to like actually feel like I'm a real trader as opposed to somebody that just like buys something and gets lucky? It takes a lot longer. Like people will tell you 6 months, a year and a half. That's probably gonna be an unrealistic expectation for most of you. You're probably looking at like the 2 to 3 year mark, I would imagine. Your main goal is not to make money. Your main goal is to learn how to be a break-even trader, and then from there you can learn to make money. What do you like to do outside of trading in the YouTube career? Damn, Greg cares, guys. Greg's asking the questions that show that he cares. Yeah, so this is probably boring for most of you, so I won't spend too much time on it. But a huge focus for me is health, right? So ever since we got out of the 2021 bull, excuse me, from January 2022 till now, so like 2 years basically, I've been on my health grind. So I have, yeah, put on a lot of weight in a healthy way. And yeah, I mean, that's one of my big focuses. I do a lot of outdoor stuff too, which people don't really expect so much. Big into snowboarding and et cetera, but any of that kind of stuff. But I don't know, I'm like a dog with a bone with the trading stuff. I'm still really addicted to grinding at this stuff, even though I don't need to anymore. So I wouldn't call YouTube a career, because I've only ever lost money from YouTube. I've never made $1 from it, because I've never turned monetization on, which I probably should do at some point, but we'll see. We'll see when I decide to take the money. Why is the Coinbase premium bearish? Well, so to be clear, it's not a premium, right? Premium means it's trading ahead of. It's a discount because it's cheaper than the rest of the market. The reason why that is a bearish indication is it's showing us how it's one of the easiest ways to identify how strong the spot sellers are. The reason why this is taking place, guys, so look, if this is, let's say this is like Bybit, Binance, and CB in terms of price points, right? If Coinbase is trading below everything, what it likely means is, two things. You need to go look at the taker volume, and then you ask yourself, is there a lot of market selling that would cause Coinbase to trade below? When you go and look at it, the reality is that they're actually not selling that much aggressively. Most of it's passively. So what's happening is that you have the book on Coinbase is stacked, so buyers can't get through the bid, so that keeps it below the other guys. Technically, this represents an ARB, so one of the reasons why you'll see the premium tighten up or the discount tighten up and then get wide again is because it's an ARB opportunity for somebody, but you're looking for this to dissipate where Coinbase trades, right? You want to see Coinbase and Binance spot like the same price, not one below the other. I'm not going to keep explaining that, to be honest, because I just know that I'm going to see really disgusting Coinbase discount takes next week. And I'm going to see people LARPing that watched my fucking video and then pretend it was their thoughts. So I'm not going to spend any more time on that. I've already fully explained it as far as I'm concerned. I really hate when I see other people regurgitating my shit on the timeline. It makes me not want to help anybody. Rounded bottom at 38K is a good sign. Yeah, that theoretically, right? Yeah, so good comment from Bahamas. Like, I obviously depicted it as kind of a big kind of puke scenario, which would be really good. But you also could have a rounded bottom scenario where you kind of round it out. We used to, in 2022, we called it the hammock pattern. So build a hammock and kind of round it out and then go up from there. That could happen. I don't really know that I would weight this as a super high probability, but it is a situation that could definitely take place. So good to have it stored in your brain. If we get a relief in the short term, what price would you want to short? So I'm not going to sit here and pick. I don't like saying that, right? Because it's going to be more about when do the shorts stop puking kind of arguments. But so 41K is obviously a kind of key region to pay attention to. 44K is a pretty key region to pay attention to. But guys, I'm a flow trader. I don't fucking care about individual specific levels like that. How I'm going to trade it is I'm going to wait for the momentum from takers to stop, and then I'm going to short, right? That's how I'm going to play these kind of things. I would urge you to learn how to see it in that way as well, right? You're gonna, when you're new in your career, you go, wow, I drew a perfect level, right? I matched up all these candle bodies. This level's perfect. And then price does this, or price does this, right? And being a flow trader is probably what's going to help you participate in these things, as opposed to being a fucking level goes blank trader, to be honest. But to each their own, right? It really is whatever works for you thing. I just don't like doing specific levels like that anymore. I've been stuck in break-even hell for a year now. I know that probably feels rough, JL, but frame it in a positive light. I think it's really important that we try to be glass half full with trading, guys. So you've been a break-even trader for a year now, and from your point of view, that sucks. But look at the other side of the equation. Do you know how many people are trading that are just losing? The majority, the significant majority, 70-80%. And people can make money in the up-only stage like we had over the past couple of months, but they lost it all already, or they're in the process of losing it all. So being a break-even trader is actually an accomplishment, even though it feels like it's not. So be optimistic and positive about these things. From break-even, you can learn how to make money and keep it, right? Break-even means that you know how to control your risk, right? That's a positive thing. From the point of being good at controlling your risk and controlling your drawdown, now you can learn how to make money and you know how to keep it. So frame it positively, brother. How tall are you? Fucking fed in the chat. Wee woo. I'm 5'11", so I'm like pretty average height. Which is interesting. You asked that because a lot of the time when people talk to me about people fucking always assume I'm tall. I'm like a regular ass dude, but people will be like, "Yeah, dude, I thought you were 6'5", and I'm just like, "Damn." My internet LARPing is effective apparently. Can you tell me which indicators you're using? All right, so I already said this. So first of all, go and watch my indicator stream. It's probably going to be several months. It was last year, so it's probably going to be, you have to scroll down to find it, but it's called the indicator stream. Go watch that. I'm going to do a TLDR of what you see on the screen now. Before I do that, actually, I will do an indicator specific stream either next week or the week following that, because I get asked about this too much, and I know you guys are horny about the indicators. I'm using volume profile. I'm using premiums. I'm using VWAPs. I'm using relative volume. I'm using open interest. That's pretty much it. VWAPs, profile, relative volume, open interest. Shredding the Hills confirms, which I was actually pretty fucking good at snowboarding. When I went to university, I lived on a mountain, so nowadays I'm probably kind of washed at snowboarding, but I was actually insane like 10 years ago at snowboarding. Like, you put me in the park and I actually knew what I was doing. Do you use Trading Light? No, I haven't used Trading Light in a really long time. I actually was thinking about going back to it, so if I do start to use that again, I'll maybe let you guys know. Coinbase custodian for 10 of the ETFs. That means that they are buying and selling is done in Coinbase spot markets, hence the discount ends equals ETF selling exponentially, or is potentially finished. Coinbase premium equals bullish. I mean, yes. I think that's maybe a little bit of oversimplification, but that's the majority correct. Yes. 8 out of 10 people are losing. Damn, my OCD math brain is telling me you need to learn how to reduce that fraction into 4 out of 5, brother. 8 out of 10 is not correct. 4 out of 5. Sorry for being a nerd. Cheers, Al. Magus, how do you manage time in terms of participating in those scenarios just described from the flow data? I mean, one can't be in front of the screen at all times. Yeah, that's a great sense, brother. I think that basically you just need to accept that you're going to miss stuff, right? It's different for all of us. It's so much easier for me to be at my screen than you, or than some of you. I don't have a job anymore, right? I haven't had a job for almost 4 years now, guys. That's crazy. Because I quit my job in February of 2020. So that's actually really cool. I didn't really realize it's been almost 4 years of this stuff. Pretty fucking cool. Which I had like 4 years before then too, when I had a job. So Leon, to answer your question, and this is a good one for everybody, so focus up, right? How are you supposed to participate in stuff when you have life responsibilities, and most of us can't be at our screens all the time? So first thing I can say is plans will help you. Plans plus alerts. Not the only kind of alerts, you know, there aren't just price alerts that exist, right? You can do other sort of alerts. So alerts are a big thing, guys. Alerts. Alerts are huge for me. It saves me so much of my mental bandwidth. So a lot of it comes with preparation. And yeah, I mean, guys, a lot of it also does have to do with lots of screen time. I'm near my screens a lot of the time. I built a home gym so that I can work out in the room next to my office and then peek back into my office in between sets and stuff. Like, I'm that kind of weirdo. So I think you kind of need to be like that a little bit. where you're kind of obsessed about this stuff and you actually enjoy it. Another thing I could say, Leon, is make hobbies that are, you know, like that work together, right? So do things that will enable, that don't conflict with your trading, that like can kind of support it. It's a really good question from Leon. I hope that I answered it decently enough. Could this dump be telling us anything about the strength of particular alts? It could, yeah. So what you want to be paying attention to with alts are what alts are not going down, which we will dive into altcoins momentarily. But whatever altcoins look good right now still, if they still are maintaining their uptrends while Bitcoin's getting smacked the fuck down like this, then goddamn, that is a strong coin. So we'll cover altcoins here in a moment. Don't sweat it. You caught me by an inch. You're 5'11" or 5'10". Yeah, I've got some fucking hair on my head right now too, so I'm 6 foot with the hair. Always reminds me of like Fletch when he's imagining himself being a Laker. Fletch is 6'2", 6'5" with the hair. Appreciate all the positive comments and vibes in the chat, guys. Really appreciate that. If you feel sad for trading break even or at a loss, keep in mind that there's people like me who lost their entire portfolio using the wrong blockchain during the transfer. I'm really sorry to hear that, brother. That's painful, Greg, for sure. We all go through those kind of mistakes. I don't want to like try to diminish your pain by any means, but we all go through lots of painful ass mistakes. You know, I'm teaching one of my real life friends to not be an idiot. Basically, I wouldn't say I'm teaching him how to trade. I just would say I'm trying to help him not be stupid. And he left a limit order the other day in the book, and it filled and then went down a shitload, and he like lost, you know, a piece of his portfolio from that. And then he'd be getting called to play video games, and he asked me, hey man, have you ever like left the limit order open and have it fill and hurt and like run you over? And I just started laughing like, buddy, of course I've made that mistake. I still make those mistakes all the time. I don't even know where I'm rambling at this point, but yeah, we all go through these kind of mistakes where we do stupid shit. You lose lots of money. You just have to learn. I can't even tell you in like 2018, 2017, 2018, the amount of money I would make and lose during those periods was insane. Insane. Money that affected me too, you know? Let's see. Are you looking to bid alts on a pullback or just Bitcoin and ETH? I have zero interest in bidding ETH at all, which we'll get into ETH. You guys are just asking a lot of questions, so I'm focused on the questions right now. But I'm not really interested in ETH at all. I'm only focused on Bitcoin from a big picture standpoint right now. When is the Bitcoin selling going to stop? And that's the end all be all of everything for us right now, guys. You don't need to get smart with it. When was the last time you went snowboarding? I haven't been this year. I went last year twice. I probably will be going in a couple of weeks though. I have some family members moving to a mountain nearby. They're younger and they're gonna work there, so I'm gonna go snowboarding for free soon. It's gonna be cool. Things are always better when it's free. Magus, would you wait for Bitcoin to go near 38K and see at the level the reaction in order to go long? Yes, I would. Don't buy ahead of time. Don't front run 38K. You're gonna get steamrolled, right? You might get a bounce today, but like as soon as like New York session hits tomorrow or something like that, like they're gonna start smacking it again. And I just don't front run those levels. It's better to be with longing in situations like now because you're counter trend, counter flows, counter regime, you're counter everything to long. It's better to be late than early. Can you show us the Binance liquidation map if you have that tool? Liquidation maps are memes. I put out a tweet about that last week. In 3 simple points, I completely destroyed them. 1 is the positional opens concept. 2 is the open interest concept. And I forget what my other bullet point was, but go look at if you're interested in liquidation maps, go look at my tweet and stop using them, in my opinion. To each their own, though. What was your profession before? I did like wholesaling in a big industry. My chat's lagging. What was key for you to become a profitable trader? Figure out how to, you know, for me, is a lot of things. Figuring out how to lose correctly, Figuring out how to just take my losses, right? A lot of you guys are still probably at the stage where you like get in position, you set a hard stop, and I mean, be honest. How many of your trades that you're wrong on get hard stopped? The reality is that probably for most of you, it's probably like 90% of your trades that you're wrong on get hard stopped. You want to know how many trades of mine get hard stopped when I'm wrong? The opposite percentage. You guys are 90, 95%. I'm 10 to 5% of my trades are getting hard stopped. That's a big deal for affecting my profitability, right? You can avoid fees, avoid slippage, and, you know, basic argument, if instead of taking a 1R loss, you know, take your 0.5R loss, obviously discretion is required. I think that actually what I can answer that best, though, is what is the main thing that led to profitability for me is like humility, right? And like knowing I'm not smart, and like reminding myself that I'm not that smart. There's a lot of people way smarter than I am. Have you played I think you mean poker, probably. I definitely played poker. No problem, Leon. Happy to help. Good morning, everybody. Damn, I'm struggling to catch up with chat. You guys are going crazy. What's up, Hologram? Yeah, I'm well, man. Once we get to alts, Sui looks amazing. Yeah, Sui's near the top of my list. Don't worry. Blur's at the top of my list as well. Don't worry. Stop spamming in the tickers in the chat and wait until I don't cover your thing before you start to spam it, because I'm probably gonna already just tell you all the good coins without you needing to put them in chat. Learning to deal with mistakes and the pain without overreacting is part of the journey. Oh, for sure. And you know, we can do a little lesson on that too, quick, guys. How many of you guys have heard the idea that like, oh yeah, trading made me numb. Trading made me turn off my emotions. Trading made me cold. All those kind of things, right? I don't think that that's real. You see these people talk about, yeah, I don't feel anything anymore. I think those people are fucking full of shit most of the time if they're saying that. If somebody goes around and says, yeah, I don't feel anything, I'm numb to my trading, they're probably not fucking traders at all. I would take it another step and say, instead of like, if we look at our emotions on the distribution curve from the highs and the lows, and this is our midpoint where we spend the most time, instead of when you're at the highs and the lows trying to force yourself back to the midpoint and say, oh, I'm down bad right now, I need to get happier again, or I'm overly happy, I need to go back and be in the middle again. Instead of fighting these things and trying to force your will on them, it's better to just be mindful and observe, and then allow the emotions to go through you. Here's how I could better explain it. You don't have, people talk about, yeah, you need to learn to control your emotions. That's what I should have said. Controlling your emotions is a fucking meme, in my opinion. You can't control your emotions. You can't not be mad or not be happy if that's what you are. Instead of trying to control and dampen your emotions, you should observe them and let them flow through you. You don't have control over if you have an emotional response to something, but you know what you have control over? How you react to that emotional response. If I'm playing a game and my teammate does something that pisses me off, I don't have really control over the fact that, oh, that was annoying, I got irritated right there. I have control over, do I click the fucking keybind and tell my teammate that they're an idiot or not, right? I'm gonna digress. That's a really important concept that you guys need to fucking think about that stuff more. I'm learning the importance of PvP markets and how they change my profit taking. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, market regimes. I had the hardest time choosing a system and fixing parameters. Spent 2 years learning, had a great time, but I am drowning in the knowledge and I can't execute properly. Damn, Adrian, that's rough. That's not uncommon at all. So don't beat yourself up about it. Just try to focus on, you just got to find something that speaks to you, you know? For me personally, I tried indicators, I tried price, I tried like all the things that you guys have seen, right? I tried them all. None of it clicked with me. The moment I started to use auction market theory and basic flow, it was like, boom, the light bulb turned on, and I was like, I immediately knew that this is what I wanted to do and build everything around. So that's what you're searching right now, Adrian. You're searching for that thing that inspires you, that works for you, etc. Just keep searching, brother. Yeah, also, yeah, trading manual will help too. Chatter said that. What's advice you can best advice you can give to a newbie? Damn. You guys are making me think over here. Best advice I can give to a newbie is learn to control your risk. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how incredible your edges are, or anything, right? Risk management is above all else, which, by the way, for those of you guys that didn't see it, I'm going to be putting out a full up. I'm going to go ahead and I'll pull up a tweet really quickly for the boys and the ladies. I need to stop saying boys. It's just habit. Introduction to trading, risk management, edge, psychology, capital management, meta, life, and the glossary to go at the end for terminology purposes. I'm going to be working on that. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. I need to put in some more time into it, though. If you guys get me to 50,000 followers somehow, I will put it out as fast as possible. But until then, I'm going to go at my own pace. What's up, Goku? Weird because Magus seems way smarter than me. It's all an illusion. Therapy session, LOL. I mean, unironically, yes. But you guys have to lean into this stuff. You can't shy away from these things. You need to face them. You need to face these things and face yourself, or just give up now. In my opinion. I don't think that anybody's going to have any success if they can't face these things. Yeah, man, totally. Acknowledge what you're feeling and control the reaction. Exactly, Jargo. You have no control over if you get angry or happy or excited or anything like that. If I have a crazy trade that goes well, I've taken hundreds of thousands of trades, right? I might even be in the millions at this point. I don't know. I'm still gonna get excited if I take a good trade and it goes up, but I can control how I react to it. Been a big game changer for me, guys. I've been betting on sports full time for 10 plus years now. That's crazy if so, dude. I high-key respect that. I feel emotional over wins and losses. It's gotten much easier to get over the feelings over time. Yeah, Mark, that's crazy. If you've really been betting on sports full time as a income for 10 years or more than 10 years, I honestly respect that. That's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. You trade, you gamble, you play sports, whatever. You gotta be able to accept these things we're talking about. Marcus is our own Magus is our own Marcus Aurelius. What a time to be alive. I think that those dudes have so much stuff we can learn from, you know? Marcus, all of his lessons that he wrote weren't even designed for the public. I learned that recently. All of Marcus Aurelius's lessons were in his personal journal. They were only for him. And that makes it so much more powerful for me, right? As opposed to the guy that's like putting out shit to like what I'm doing unironically right now. I'm like trying to teach. And he didn't give a fuck about that. He was just doing his own thing. I respect that. When you say basic flow, do you mean order flow? Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean basic order flow as in getting a basic idea of what open interest is telling you, getting a basic idea of the relationship between the maker and the taker. Just those core basics can make a big difference for you. So Magus, nice pod with Doc the other day. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed chatting with Doc. And we also got to have a huge emphasis. Like the focus of that stream was all about mental stuff. So I'm all about that. So cheers. Why is ETH such a giant piece of shit? Yeah, we'll look at ETH here in a moment. Best source to learn about auction market theory. I have videos on it, so obviously I'm going to tell you to do that. I have 2 different YouTube videos, so just go and watch those. Just type it into Google too. You could, if you type it into Google, you're mostly going to get boomers teaching it, because this is not something that's new. It's like a 50-year-old concept, or maybe you might even be 60. I think it's either from the 60s or 70s. I don't remember, but it's pretty fucking old. So just go Google it, bro. It's not going to matter. Everyone's going to explain it the same probably. But obviously, I'm going to tell you to watch my content, so just go watch my YouTube video. When you were speaking about open interest nuking earlier at 38, as one of your indicators, what time frame would you look to apply that open interest scenario? I don't care about time frame, guys. A 1 hour is just 2 30-minute candles. So why am I going to say, oh, if we close, like, I'm looking for a 1 hour candle close over this level. If we get a 1 hour candle close, I go long. I don't like that kind of stuff, guys. So just, in my opinion, I would probably say erase all that shit from your brain immediately. unless you have statistics to back it up. I think counter close shit is, yeah, I don't buy into that kind of stuff personally. So what I would say would be, like, especially like order flow kind of stuff, time frame has no bearing for me. I just want to see a puke. I just want to see a lot of longs get stopped and liquidated. Erase time frame from your brain. Let's see. I'll try again. Need to be as simple as possible, mechanical and then discretionary, but damn, it's hard to attain enough repeatability. Interesting. To get clean strats. The missing key for my trading routine right now, therapy sessions, haha. For all of us though, bro. Oh, I thought those are the same because it's the same text. Okay, so those are two separate things. So I'll try again. Yeah, so for me, that was the approach I went, where I was all mechanical at the beginning. I was 1 + 1 = 2, or if I see A and then I see B and then I see C, I take a trade, right? That's how I traded for a long time. And over time, as you gain more experience, you want to move away from mechanical and you want to blend mechanical and discretion. I do think that that's the best approach for discretionary traders. The framework or the systemization at the beginning, being mechanical, will help you form strong habits. That's why it's important. The missing key for my trading routine right now is therapy sessions. I know the market is showing me I'm wrong, but hearing someone else discuss it is so beneficial. I'm glad to hear that, brother. Quablin NA, that's an interesting name. He's the goblin with a Q. Yeah, brother. We all go through that stuff. Who does all your little blue memes? Learwin, who's probably in the chat. Lear does everything. All my media is the same guy. Which, this is not what any of you came for, but listen up to this lesson. Because I think this is a powerful idea for a lot of you. Let me turn my music back on. Lear just popped up in 2021 and was just always there offering to help. He was always being polite and offering to help and stuff. And it's a powerful lesson for you guys because he created himself a job, which was able to, we were able to spin that off into other jobs. So Lear has a bunch of jobs as a editor, content creator type of person, and he made the job himself by just being useful to me and me going, damn, like this guy's helping me out all the time. I should hire this guy, right? Good lesson. Persistence, be useful, be persistent, be polite, and you can create jobs for yourself that way. Agree with all the personal notes. Epictetus, all those dudes. I don't really remember all their names. There was the original guy, his name started with an S, who was like the guy that taught all those guys. He was the mentor. There was that guy, his name was like, fuck, dude, I can't remember his name there. But Epictetus Marcus Aurelius, the guy with the S. I'm not talking about Socrates, but he obviously falls into that category as well. But there's a guy, Seneca. Seneca was, I think, the original guy that taught all those guys. So yeah, you want to learn from Epictetus, Seneca, Aurelius. There's a couple others as well. Don't you think the way price moves before the ETF approval has changed now after it moved more approval like stocks? No. So I think that that's an overly simplified way of thinking about it, guys. So the common consensus is, oh, well, the ETFs are going to bring in boomer market makers, right? But where are those boomer market makers actually providing liquidity? They're providing liquidity on the ETF itself, right? So it's more about when are the market makers going to come and provide liquidity on our spot books, right? They'll probably do spot books first because getting accessibility to like market making on Coinbase is probably the easiest approach for them. And then when are they going to start market making our futures and stuff, right? So until they're market making our spot first and then our futures, they're not really going to have as much of an impact as we all think. Certainly it's going to slow us down right now. It's obviously going to start to slow us down, but the big effect will come in when the market makers return to our futures and spot markets. I bet mostly on esports like Counter-Strike League and Dota, which is pretty niche. I think you have to be pretty giga-brain to win long-term on majority with more liquid sports. That's cool, yeah. I've definitely lost money gambling on Counter-Strike back in the day. I have a pretty cool skin collection now on Counter-Strike, but I had so many insane skins like 9-10 years ago, back at, like when the skins were still like pretty new. I had a pretty crazy collection and I lost them all gambling on CS like an idiot. No problem, M80. Have a good one, bro. This is no longer a trading stream. This is a stoicism trade stream from now on. Gotta head out. Yeah, have a good one, JL. Mechanical does not work in all market conditions, so best to add discretion on top of it. Yeah. Well, mechanical works well in all kind of market regimes, but you have to have different mechanical systems to apply to each regime. That's what you might be forgetting on that one. Lear is goated, confirmed. Thanks, Lear. It's easy to be stoic when you're high as fuck. That's funny. Yeah, alright guys. I caught up with chat. I know you guys want to get into altcoins, so we'll do that now. Hey, it's your fault for asking so many good questions and spurring conversations. Honestly, guys, too, right? Like, these philosophical ideas and stuff are so much more valuable than me telling you what ETH is going to do. I know that's what you always all want to hear, is what altcoins are good and stuff, but, like, this has so much less value than these bigger picture topics. And also, their bigger picture topics are more fun for me personally. So, I'm going to get into altcoins now. I'm going to ignore chat for a moment. Press that like button for me if you haven't already. Alright, so I'm going to run through some shit coins real quick. At the very beginning of the week, this ASTR coin, I don't even remember what the fuck this coin is anymore. It's kind of older, but this thing has incredibly strong trend structuring. So, like, this is definitely at the top of my list for a reason. I'm just keeping it short and sweet. I like this coin a lot. I'm going to look at it on the yearly really quickly. I don't think it's going to have a different picture. I mean, there you go. I mean, when you look at it on high time frame, I mean, look at this, right? This looks like a classic scam that we've had. I'm pretty sure that this has had spot for a long time, but with the perp listed, gave us the big booty and started a trend. When you look at on the quarterly and stuff, like, this thing just looks like a ridiculously healthy trend right now. I know it's pretty volatile at moments here and there, but I like this coin a lot. Manta was another one that I was keeping a very close eye on. The main reason why I was looking at Manta was just because at the beginning of the week, the tick rates were super high on it. So it's one to pay attention to, but it's definitely not my favorite right now. UMA's another one. I mean, I don't even need to say anything. UMA, you're getting paid to long this thing, so you want to look for longs on UMA. Alando is one of the ones that has the RWA narrative and stuff, so it's at the top of my list, so I can keep a close eye on it. I don't actually really like the way that the chart's developing, but that doesn't really matter. I'm still going to keep a close eye on it. TIA. Let's look at TIA on the yearly. Yeah, so TIA still looks pretty fucking good. I know that it's had a pretty harsh sell-off, but the bull structuring is still very much intact right now, so I still like TIA a lot. Then we had things like the YGG and Front were basically the same trade, and we're going to remove YGG from the list because that looks like cheeks. I think Front still looks pretty good. Yeah, so I showed you guys on Front when it was like 30 cents or something. I did not just buy it and fucking let it do this to me, by the way. That's stupid, right? So I sold it and bought it back twice. I'm not in position on this thing right now, obviously, but it's an interesting one. I would just say be very careful with something like Front because it's in a liquid piece of garbage for sure. Definitely low liquidity shit. Pendle definitely is one to pay attention to right now, right? I mean, pretty straightforward, right? Big booty coin. Link was one that I was keeping a close eye on because when we compare it against all the other coins that were in its basket, Link is holding up a lot better. So I'm not like super eager to buy Link or anything, but I'm keeping it on the watch list as a reminder that that this could be bullish theoretically. It's holding up so much stronger than, you know, the INJ. Like INJ and Solana were in the same basket originally, and look at INJ, and I mean, look at Sol, dude. Look at fucking Sol, so down bad right now. Pyth is another one. So Pyth got really interesting for me because it had a lot of relative strength on this uptrend, and it looks like it's starting to, you know, it was in kind of a downtrend channel, and it looks like it's trying to have a trend shift. So I think Pyth is really interesting, and some of my smart friends are really bullish on Pyth on like macro outlook. So really interesting one to pay attention to for sure. Maker's another one that I'm keeping an eye on. I personally hate trading Maker, so I probably won't select this one. I like a lot of the coins at the top more, but it's in a pretty strong uptrend. We already did Link and then Blur. I mean, Blur's a fucking monster. I've been pretty bullish on Blur for a little while now. It just has a really healthy trend, and I mean, it's holding up really nicely. I mean, it's up 6% right now. That's insane. And if it's not even off the back of shorts getting closed out either, so that's actually pretty healthy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the coins that I like. ASTR are really good. UMA might be really good. Tia's really good. Blur's really good. We need to get Blur up on the top. Let me do organization, right? ASTR is probably the best. Manta's not that great. Blur is really good. UMA is really good. Awanda, or I keep saying Awanda, like the fucking exchange. So yeah, I basically would say ASTR, Blur, UMA, Tia are the best coins right now for sure. Boom. All right, I'm gonna catch up with chat. GDP print Thursday, usually not. I usually wait to trade until after major events, so not buying until Thursday. Yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you right now, like in 2022, like events mattered, but they don't really matter right now. So I probably wouldn't worry too much about the US GDP. I almost fucking shed GDKP from WoW. The nerds out there will know. Can you give an example of what your mechanical system was back for entering a trade? No, sorry, brother. It's just too much of a leak. I still use all the same stuff. But you're looking for essentially a checklist. Some of your the only things I'd be interested in, like, a level, a band, those kind of things. I'm not really interested in giving away the edge. I'm not gonna lie. JTO, I had JTO on my list. I didn't really like. I don't. If you compare this to Pyth and other things, this thing just seems like it still has too much sell pressure. So I did have it on my scam list, so I am going to be keeping an eye on it, but yeah, I just don't really like it. I'm going to do Solana too really quickly because I know this is one that was asked about a lot. So I'm very, very thin on the Solana bag. As somebody who was a Giga Solana bull all year last year, I see no reason to be overly optimistic on it as well as developing like this. So this is a very, very bearish open to the year on Solana, which is why I sold a huge amount of my SOL in the $100 region. I would love an opportunity to buy it back much lower. I actually have like a fundamental like bullish belief in SOL long term because all my friends that are building on it and shit. But yeah, I mean, I would be very, very careful being bullish on things that have bear structuring, right? Easy argument. I want it to look like this. And because it looks like the opposite of that, no go. No go on the bull. Got a new follower. Welcome, brother. Any tips for recovering from losses? You mentioned being break even is better than losing, but can't seem to be break even. Bad strategy then. Probably it either could be a strategy thing, my friend, or it could be you're not like controlling the risk proper, right? So you need to journal it and go and compare your wins and losses, right? Are your losses outsized? Are your losses larger than your wins? That's probably what's happening. Get a job and then you can lose a lot more. I think Noah's trolling, but that's actually also good advice. When you guys in your early stages, stop trying to leave your job too quickly. I put more pressure on myself than I needed to. 2020 was a little scary for me. I wasn't really as ready to be a full-time trader as I thought. So focus on having income streams, lads. Team started dumping the condo. Oh, so no condos for us, I guess. I wonder why Pyth strength is because it's a new staking narrative. Yeah, I don't really even know any fundamental stuff. I just know that my nerd friends like Pyth, so that's why I'm keeping a close eye on it. Who knows? RLC looks good. Let's look. True. Damn, dude, I have loop ring. I have, wait, RLC is not loop ring. Fuck. Loop ring is LRC. RLC. What is this? I remember this thing. What is this coin? RLC. Oh, is this like this is the iExec coin, I think. Interesting. Okay, so first chatter, Mig in the chat, has found a good coin. Yes, this is indeed a good coin. Whenever you guys say share a coin and I say it's a good coin, you should pat yourself on the back because the majority of you tell me to look at dog shit coins. So whenever there's a winner, give yourself a pat on the back. Magus, apart from alerts, do you focus more on during US London sessions for day trading? So it is, it's not there's not a simple answer to that. It's situational. Right now, you should 100% be focused on New York sessions, which I'm actually potentially going to be changing my stream time around because I don't want to be streaming during New York if that's the best session of the day. Right now, because the Coinbase flows are basically the main flows right now, New York session is the most important. So to answer your question, I put emphasis on different times of the day depending on what regime we're in. There's been periods where I've lived and I wouldn't do this anymore, but there's periods where I was really on my grind, where I would live my life nocturnally, where I would trade during Asia session and sleep during London. So I wouldn't really recommend that. It was pretty unhealthy for me, but it was the best way to trade back then. So to answer your question, Leon, you got to just adapt to the market regime. Okay, how long have we been streaming now? Hour and 30. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here pretty soon. So any last second questions, conversations, throw them in the chat and I will get them addressed. Otherwise, I'm going to be done here pretty soon, probably. I got some stuff I got to get done today. I have quite a few things I need to get done today, actually. Chart Myro yet? I don't even know what that is, so no. Myro. Well, that's why. I don't, sorry, brother. I don't trade things that are on, like, I'm not gonna trade on BitGet, brother. And I'm not allowed to trade on Bybit anymore. I'll do it for your sake, though. Jesus. That's not what I was expecting that chart to look like. Holy fuck. Well, there you go. I can't trade this coin, and I wouldn't even if I could. This looks like dog shit. Sorry, brother. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Theoretically, this could end up being a big booty coin, which is one of the things I like to look for, but it's probably gonna have to do this. Like, it's gonna have to chop up a lot before it could be ready for that. I'm more than happy. I hope I'm wrong for your sake. I hope this coin prints for you, but I don't like the look of this personally, unless there's some sort of narrative to attach to it. Ordinals? Yeah, we can look at ordinals. Crash. Yeah, there's a reason why I'm not paying attention to Bitcoin beta right now. Ordinals is down horrendous. So whenever it's in this kind of stage, like, we like these kind of coins, right? But yeah, it looks rough. This looks very much like Big Time, right? So let's go look at Big Time. What did Big Time do? This very much reminds me of Big Time. Big Time did, strong trend into triangle meme, into breakdown, into support at anchored VWAP. That's what it looks like we're going to be doing with whatever shitcoin we were just looking at, which was Ordinals. Ordinals looks like it's going to continue to trade into this and chop it up down here. So it's kind of a no-go. Really, 14%. Damn, I mean, this thing's getting brutalized. It's funny that Stacks is holding up better. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I never looked at something I never looked at ETH, guys. We'll look at ETH. Brace yourselves, because it's not going to be nice. So my original thesis was we're range bound between 25K and 20K, or 2,500 and 2K. If we get above 2,500, we go to 35. If we get below 2K, we go to 1,500. We had the failed breakout attempt, and as it stands, right, ETH is going to basically just keep trading down into like the 2K to 1,900 region. So ETH's going to keep bleeding. And then one of the other key things to pay attention to, guys, is that, like, remember this stuff, guys. Every time I put out a tweet about this, and every time we have these kind of big leg up in ETH BTC, you have the ETH's back, boys. It's ETH's time, blah, 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 and it never works. So, I am fundamentally an ETH bull. Every market cycle in the past, I've had big ETH spot allocations. I want to have a big spot allocation, but there's zero reason to do that until it shows me that it's not a, piece of shit. So I'm going to continue to be pessimistic and bearish about ETH until it has a structural shift, which likely won't come until we're like really hot in the bull market is when ETH will be strong, in my opinion, if I had to guess. I've been playing Mav the past few months. I'm starting to get comfortable. Thanks for dropping. You mean like Mav isn't like MEV? Like max whatever the version thing? I don't do any of that kind of math anymore because I'm too lazy, but if that's what you're talking about, that's great. Do you ever look at all BTC charts? Right, so yeah, I don't really ever do that. I just look at ETH against Bitcoin. Sometimes I'll compare, you know, make my own tickers where if I want to gauge strength, I'll you know, if this was like 2 months ago, maybe I would be charting things against Solana or AVAX to make sure, right, I want to be outperforming Solana, so maybe I'll look at it a little bit here and there, but I don't really look at Bitcoin pairs that much anymore. Trias? What the fuck is that? TRIAS. Yeah, there's a reason. Again, guys, we know like the KuCoin has a fucking half a Bitcoin that's mine, so fuck KuCoin. These guys owe me $25,000 or something. These guys have a Tomo bag of mine, and they have a fucking Bitcoin, half a Bitcoin of mine. They owe me like $30,000 probably. So I don't like them anymore. My brain no worky. I wouldn't trade this, so I'm just gonna digress. Sorry, brother. I don't trade these random liquid things. Beam was pretty hot for a minute, but I don't think it is anymore. I'm pretty sure Beam is in that big time category. That's why it's not a major thing on my list right now. Beam X, USDT, there we go. Yeah, so I don't like this. This is gonna go down. Big time is the game, right? I've traded big time a lot, have no fucking idea what it is, man. If it's a game, that's cool. Sorry, brother, just tuned in. Do you reckon Bitcoin gives us boring slow downtrend for a few weeks? Yeah, probably. I would, Jaggers, I would go ahead and rewind the video and watch my Bitcoin breakdown, but yeah, I mean, you pretty much nailed it. That's probably what's gonna happen. ETH is cuck of the century, confirmed. Except whenever ETH is the Chad, it will like grossly outperform Bitcoin, and that will just likely happen in a risk-on stage. Every cycle, ETH has its moment. Thank you, Magus, for all you share. Hopefully, we'll be able to join the Paragon soon once I recover. Good luck, brother. Be looking forward to seeing you. The famous... Oh, fuck. I had no idea what you're talking about, Crispy. Do you look at Bitcoin dominance? No, I don't look at Bitcoin dominance. I don't look at total market cap. I don't do any of that kind of shit. Doing TA on Bitcoin dominance, like, to see if Bitcoin dominance is trending up or down makes sense, but doing TA on those kind of things makes no sense to me. You're doing TA on something that doesn't even have a fucking order book. Doesn't make any sense. So definitely don't do TA on any of those kind of charts, in my opinion. Looking at if they're going up or down can have their use cases for sure. Blur looks good right now. Yeah, it does. It's literally at the peak of top of my list. It's the second on my list. ASTR and Blur are the best coins right now, it looks like. Hold you, bro. ARB still a good coin? I don't think ARB is good right now. Yeah. Arbitrum probably could be a good coin, but for the time being, it's going to keep selling off. Maybe it will do something like this. Right, this is the optimistic argument for Arbitrum, but in the time being, it probably keeps going down. Again, Arbitrum is really closely correlated to ETH. So it's not going to do well when ETH is getting clobbered, right? ETH is getting fucked. So something that's correlated to ETH is going to do bad as well. SSV. Yeah, it looks okay. I wouldn't, pick it personally. Honestly, I wouldn't be long biased on any of the ETH beta stuff. SSV does look the best out of all the ETH beta on my list, but I wouldn't want to long it personally. I can't even remember what ETH performance looks like. Yeah, me either, bro. It's been so long. We haven't seen ETH outperformance since 2021. Oh yeah, somebody asked about Sui. Yeah, I didn't really... Sui and Sei were... Yeah, so Sei was I traded a lot of Sei. And you know what? Honestly, it doesn't look as bad as I was thinking it did on Sunday. It just doesn't look that great. Sui looks pretty decent, though. Sui... I don't know. I would say as long as like the quarterly is developing like this is a pretty decent developing quarterly. So, yeah, honestly, Sui looks pretty decent. It looks better than Sei. I'm going to put it, like, up here above front. So, yeah, actually, Sui deserves a good spot on my list for sure. Yeah, good call, Doc. Monthly VWAP, yeah, we're in that beautiful stage where the monthly, quarterly, and yearly are all the same. Can you check Say? Yeah, I mean, basically, I don't really like Say as much as some of the other ones. It definitely, it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't, like, it hasn't had, it's like, you know, it doesn't have, like, bare structure on the overall picture. But the way that the immediate VWAPs are developing, this isn't super ideal. You have a flat VWAP and you're spending a lot of time below the quarterly band. So there's a reason why it's not at the top of my list anymore, but I did drag it back onto my good scam list because it's aight. I already did Blur, brother. Blur is a fucking good coin. It's the second best coin on my list. So, all right, guys. Blur looks better than all these. Yeah, I know. That's why it's at the top of my list. Sometimes you guys just don't listen. I'm not, sorry, Switch, I'm not looking at that turbo scam coin. I have a bunch of friends that like bought that shit up, and like I have friends that literally made like 200 X's and stupid shit on that, but I'm not gonna chart an on-chain coin like that. I don't want to turn my my viewers into exit liquidity for the boys that got their pre-sale bags. All right, everybody. I know that you guys probably have a few more things that you want me to look at, but I'm just gonna wrap it up here because I need to get on with my day. So thanks everybody for tuning in. I mean, yeah, we peaked at like 230 viewers or something, so that was super cool. Very appreciative of that. And yeah, guys, I've got the introduction to trading system coming your guys' way. I've got a couple of big YouTube videos in the works too, so there should be some good stuff coming. And as always, if you want to really get in there and learn from me, you're obviously the best place to do it is going to be in the Paragon group. So to each their own, whatever you decide. But good luck out there. Stay safe. Don't be caught up in the emotions of the timeline. Try your best to not be trying to buy these dips, because I really just think that it's going to just result in pain over and over again. But that's it for me, everybody. I'll see ya.